Hello, this is Lee Cooper, and this is my personal introduction video for EDL A51, Supervision and Evaluation of School Personnel. Just a quick bit about me. I grew up in Buena Vista, Colorado. I do live in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Went to school at the University of Northern Colorado. This is my third year as a 6th grade math teacher. I am married, and I am going to be having a baby in February, so that is exciting. My new job in Colorado Springs, so just some quick pictures too. Buena Vista, UNC. There's my wife. There's my doggies. And I have a new job in Colorado Springs at Fox Meadow Middle School. So why do I want to become a principal? So to be perfectly honest, kind of how that started out was finding my next mission. So I knew that I wanted to be a teacher since about 8th grade, and then once I became a teacher, it was like, okay, what's next? And so I realized that I got a lot of meaning and a lot of drive out of wanting to become a teacher. So it was really good to have that goal. So I was like, okay, well, what's another goal that I can set for myself? So why did I want to focus on becoming a principal in particular? To be honest, a lot of that is financial gain to help support a family. So I am having a child, and I'm trying to think about, okay, how am I going to afford that? And yeah, so to be perfectly honest, that is one of the reasons. So why not a more lucrative career? Like, I could go, do something and have financial gain and support for the family. But, when it comes down to it, education really is my passion, and it is what I want to be doing. So, that being said, I'm going to kind of bring us over to my teaching philosophy, which I've tried to adjust to be more my principal philosophy. So, I want my students to gain lasting and meaningful knowledge and skills, not just in school, but in life. It is my duty as a principal to ensure students learn how to think creatively, critically, and cooperatively about any problem that they are posed with. So I want students to be able to be life beaters, to be thinkers, because we're going to be continuously faced with challenges in life, and I think that's something that is sometimes lacking, is teaching students how to problem solve. And also teaching students things like, how do you have good conversation? How do you have good argument? Is it okay to disagree with people? And the answer is yes, of course, but how do we do that in a civil manner? Alright, so what experiences do I have as far as being in a supervisory role? One of them was being restaurant manager over a couple of summers at a pizza restaurant. So that's, at least something, right? That I did oversee some employees. I was able to determine, their performance, to determine their pay and those kinds of things. I also have done some peer evaluations and feedback cycles. So within the school that I was working at the last couple of years, we would have a chance to observe as well as be observed and give each other feedback and try to see this is something that I really like that you're doing. I'm going to try to do that. Would you come observe me? And vice versa. So some peer evaluations I thought was really useful. And then some other things, of course, is like teaching. And I do see this as sorry, my dog is trying to play fetch with me. Teaching is another great way that I think I've seen myself in a supervisory role. And the reason I say that is I've tried to see myself as a leader in my classroom. And I've tried to take on this idea that whatever's happening in my classroom, if a student is acting out, okay, what have I done to not give them a place where that they're not bored or that they don't want to act out. So I've tried to take a lot of ownership in my classroom to say okay, if something's happening, first I got to look at me and I got to look at what I'm doing as a teacher in order to figure out how to, better serve the students to where they are going to be wanting to be there, wanting to be successful. So I try to do a lot of that within my classroom. And I do see that again as me being a leader in my classroom and being kind of a supervisor. Well, I just had that. And then again, owning the responsibility. So again, if there's behavior issues, if there are any kind of really that, right? Owning okay, what is it that I need to do to make this better? Or if students are off task, those kinds of things. Alright, so past evaluations, how have those gone? I've actually been really pleased with the past evaluations I've had. It's been kind of ongoing observations where, continually kind of coming in, giving a little bit of feedback, and then not always oh, hey, you're going to have this one really big observation. It's kind of, these ongoing ones. They are cumulative, so when it did come down to kind of a final eval where I was getting scored, it's like if they saw it one day, one thing that they were looking for, and then they saw, but they didn't necessarily see that another day. That's okay. Like that was still part of the evaluation. Short-term and long-term goals. So that was something that I really enjoyed about the evaluations I had, was like, what can we do tomorrow or even this next class period to improve? And then also, what are the, your longer-term goals? What are the bigger picture things that you're trying to accomplish here? So those are always really good to have. Continuous feedback cycles. That was something that we did have. I also really enjoyed that, which kind of goes into the ongoing observations. Again, I always saw it as like a great opportunity for reflection and growth. And I would just say overall, my observations have been that opportunities for reflection and growth. They haven't seemed to be punitive or like, all right, like we're coming in to see how you're doing and you better be doing well. I haven't had anything like that. So it's all been very positive, and it has helped me to grow as a teacher. So moving forward, that's what I want as well. Like, hey, yes, we are here. Like, we do have to evaluate you. We do have to see how you're doing. But, right, like, it should be the goal of every principal and the goal of every teacher that, like, we're serving students. So, however I want this evaluation to be the best it could possibly be, because that means I have the best teacher that I can possibly have. So it's like, what am I going to be doing to support that? All right, well, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.